What's up, everybody? Crafty here. We're going to go ahead and cover all the indexes in this video. Futures opened about an hour ago. We're down pretty significantly. I'm going to go ahead and go over some of the levels for you into tomorrow. So right here, futures are already bouncing. 426 is a super strong support. We're bouncing right now. I wouldn't be surprised to come up here, see 430, and then reject back down. Um, but basically, this massive sell-off is the effect of a huge Head and Shoulders. And like right here, Head and Shoulders took place. Actually, it's right here. See our left shoulder, head, right shoulder. There's our neckline, and it resulted in this big sell-off. If you put up here on like a weekly time frame, you can see it much better. A Head and Shoulders this size that's taken this long to like take into effect, and it's just now breaking the neckline. We could see moves all the way down here to 390, 395, but our first uh, price targets we're going to look for is up here at 416, and then down. Like I say, that 400, that's kind of a key level. That's one of my main price targets. I think we see 395. Like I say, this is ES. Also, this is like basically SP 500 or SPY is what we trade. So anyway, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a bounce into morning. Same here in Nasdaq. It has a Head and Shoulders, and this one is actually much weaker. Oh, shit. Let me pull up my other tool here. Anyway, so yeah, this one it's much weaker than SPY. Going into gold, but yeah, so we're gonna jump right into gold. So I drew this here a couple months ago. Actually, it was a few months ago already, and I've been preaching about buying gold. So right here, we kind of have a cup and handle. We're actually in KGC leaps. Right here, this is our main pattern. And you can see here, basically formed the cup, then it's been channeling out, and basically over this white line, it starts at breakout point, and I'm looking at a price target of 12 and higher. I think we can actually go up into the 20s, into 24 and whatnot, but we ended up taking some $12 calls a while back. Those should hit soon, I think. Um, Here is gold, the actual chart. It looks really nice. We got that breakout in the handle. Of course, this is gold futures. So KGC tomorrow, we'll definitely get to see what happens. But this is just really nice. I drew this trend line here. It should now follow the trend line up and chop into 23, right up here at this major target. Very good for gold. As you can see, this is beautiful. It's exactly what I was looking for. To jump into some of my short plays that I like, we're going to go ahead and cover Tesla. I'm trying to make this video real fast. That way I keep viewer attention and, get through them real quick. So what happened on Friday was we had this bear flag form, and we ended up getting the breakdown here. As you can see, it closed, below this orange line. That's breaking support. On a bigger scale, this is kind of what I drew out for the guys in Discord. Um, this is the parabolic curve. It basically goes in 5 steps. Right here, these little dollar signs, that's the base level. So here's our step 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm expecting this move down towards the 780 level, 760. But honestly, by morning, if futures end up pulling back on the NASDAQ, I'll show you on Thinkorswim here in a minute. That should be a very easy price target to actually hit. Um, Anything below that, I think we creep up here into the high 600s. I think our low would be around like 630. That's kind of a lot of support right here. And anything right here, I would definitely buy. We should basically slingshot right back up, in here to summer, into August. That's up in here back into the thousands. So I would definitely buy the dip. Of course, we're gonna have to see what happens, and you'll have to definitely, get back to me on this one. We'll kind of watch how it goes on. Microsoft is another really good short. Let me put it on like a weekly time frame. This one had a beautiful Head and Shoulders. It's following the indexes, Nasdaq, S&P 500. So right here, you can see it broke the neckline on Friday. Very good as we're in puts. Also, here, this is the parabolic curve, and you can see it's basically done this stair step pattern. And this was like the March crash, ended up just basing here on this parabolic curve. So when we have our trend lines, and look at this, this is our step 5. This is basically the peak before the massive sell-off back towards step 4. I'll go ahead and put it on like a monthly time frame. You can see just the size of the move, and then our breakdown. You can see it's very toppy right here, our breakdown of the actual parabolic curve itself. So that being said, you should look for an immediate target at 7 at not 7 at 260 for Microsoft. Anything below that, into mid-March. Mid-March, you're going to want to look for your major down move into mid-March. We might get a bounce here at the end of the week as the indexes try to close strong, but it's not looking very good for them. So anyway, I have 220 as our major level. 220 is a major price target for Microsoft. That's being a little bit confident, but I really believe in this pattern. We're gonna have to see how it plays out. Just lock those short-term gains on those puts. Jumping into M, this is Macy's. Shit, let me pull up Facebook real quick. All right, so I drew this on Facebook. Shit. Here's Facebook on a weekly time frame. We had this diamond pattern. Just ignore all this stuff. We had this diamond pattern form. It's basically where the candlesticks trade inside this range. It almost forms a diamond. Oftentimes, the diamond isn't like straight on. It ends up being like some type of a curve. I'll put it on the daily so you can see it a little bit better. As you can see, we had that breakdown, the breakdown here, and it back tested this the diamond, and earnings were right here, and it ended up gapping down, and it has just been going down since. Beautiful play. I actually did not end up playing it. My job is I get busy, but look at that. Just a beautiful short, just insane. So what I found on Macy's, because I looked up, what some of the IWM like holdings are, and Macy's showed up. So right here, you just see this massive, like this bear flag diamond pennant, and it's basically trading the exact same as Facebook. And right here, earnings, just like Facebook had, they report tomorrow, the 22nd of February, and if all goes like Facebook, this thing should, gap down and sell off all the way down here to this mean line down here at 18. So we are into puts. I'm not crazy holding puts on this one, as Microsoft and Tesla are really good shorts, but definitely have some in here for fun and for shits and giggles. We'll see if the pattern repeats like Facebook did. But you can just see the similarity there. Definitely study that pattern. That's a really cool one. Jumping in, we're gonna go to this is the Russell and IWM. I'm pretty heavy short, basically in puts on IWM. Our futures are here on the left, RTY, that's your Russell futures. So what I drew here is this yellow lines. It's basically like the pennant. Well, you can see it's already bouncing here. This is, if it would have opened down here at these lows when futures opened, our IWMs would have been around 194. But I drew this channel out, down in here towards mid-March. This one actually needs to get moved a little bit. But don't be afraid of little pops. I would definitely be trading into this and be very smart. The moves are going to be huge up and down, but we should channel right down into March. And I'm actually giving this a really low target. I think 173 is definitely our max target on IWN for being short, which is a huge move from up here from 200. We had it's kind of like bear flagging nonetheless, more of like a channel. Ended up breaking that, Friday, which was very good. It's gonna go keep going down, if futures hold up like this. But anyway, I would definitely look for that 190 target, 184, and our max target down would be 173 as that head and shoulders plays out on SPY and all the indexes. Lots of selling pressure going on here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up Nasdaq and Tesla. Show you the correlation there. Um, so the Nasdaq, this is the daily time frame. It's already bouncing pretty good. So Tesla is very weak as it follows, the Nasdaq and S&P 500. Tesla, would be about right here at that 790 target. Like I showed you on the TradingView, that chart, look for that 760, 770 range. Anything below that, the Nasdaq can definitely see a push down here into the 12,000 range, which would, put Tesla down here in the low 700s, high 600s. But that's definitely a beautiful one between Tesla, IWM, Microsoft. Those are all great shorts. I'm going to go ahead and cover Moderna. I'm going to go ahead and make this one screen. Moderna, kind of the same context for all of this. Um, your market's going to see a lot of sell pressure here. There's nothing really that stands out, bullish about this. It's kind of, doing the same thing. It's flagging and end up, it's probably going to drop here. This 114, that's a pretty strong price target, pretty strong support. You can expect that, down here if this bear flag ends up like breaking to the downside. But yeah, nothing real special about Moderna. Uh, Should they have earnings? 224. Yeah, that's one to look into. Moderna has earnings and HD has earnings as well. Kind of the same thing here. It's just this, bear flag down, this pennant. It could go either way based on earnings, but as earnings have showed us, whether they report good or not, we've been seeing a lot of downside movement. So 335 is another good, pretty good support there for HD. So if you wanted to target puts that range or calls, whatever your bias is on that one, I really try to avoid earnings. But other than that, I think that majority covers everything. Like I say, Macy's here. I had charted this drop a little bit lower and then this bounce up. Well, there's the bounce up. Go to put it in like a weekly time frame. But yeah, Macy's still looks very good for a downside move. There's a lot of you see how these tickers, the wicks come up real high. Well, people are selling this off, as it pops, and that's been for 4 weeks straight. So if they have earnings via good or bad, I still want to see this downside target. Like I say, this are all ideas, everything you just watched. Nothing is financial advice here. But yeah, that's kind of giving you a better update for what you're looking for tomorrow. Like I say, SPY may creep up here to that 430 level, probably by open, and we could see that, drop right back down. Would not surprise me. And then our first immediate target would be 418 here. But definitely, trade with a lot of risk because the markets are insane right now. A lot can go on, a lot can happen really fast. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Sorry I've been pretty inactive. Work is very, difficult to trade, but I'll try to keep popping out some videos as it goes on. But yeah, thanks for watching.